it must begin with an elusive little thing called human connection. Human connection is the soil where getting people to do stuff grows. Get this piece right, and you can mess up in a lot of other areas and still get results. Get this piece wrong, and the game is over before you've even begun. When teachers are truly connected with their students, learning happens. When doctors are truly connected with their patients, healing happens. When companies are truly connected with their customers, business happens. A skill in crisis. While the quantity of human interaction has been skyrocketing, the quality of human connection has been dissolving. Social psychologist Sarah Conrath believes that it's no coincidence. Her research numbers are shocking. A growing number of studies over the past 3 decades have found decreases in empathic concern, that is, sympathy for the misfortunes of others, along with increases in narcissism. This pattern of decreasing empathy and increasing self-centeredness has led to a situation where getting people to do stuff is all about us and our own motivations, instead of about them and their motivations. It's no wonder we've gotten so bad at it. So the greatest problem in the world requires the greatest solution in the world: an immediate and widespread increase in human connection. And words are a darn good place to start. A word about words. In 1967, UCLA professor Robert Mehrabian published 2 now famous research papers that made a very bold claim. Only 7% of what we communicate to others has anything to do with the words that we say. The rest is transmitted through our vocal tone and body language, 38% and 55% respectively. The phrase, "It's not what you say, it's how you say it," has since reached cliché status. Over the last 5 decades, experts have been brandishing this statistic as a means of selling their books or getting you to attend their body language seminars. This concept has been all but beaten into our heads, and often by people who don't fully understand what the original study actually found. If you believe their interpretation of Mehrabian's study, then you should be able to watch a show in Spanish and understand 93% of what is going on from vocal tone and body language alone, even if you don't speak Spanish. It doesn't work that way. Here's what Mehrabian himself said. Unless a communicator is talking about their feelings or attitudes, these equations are not applicable. This explains why non-Spanish speaking people can watch a Spanish TV show and accurately perceive the emotions that the characters are portraying. However, words aren't completely devoid of emotion either. As psychologist John Gottman points out, plays would not exist if words did not contain a great potential for communicating emotional information. And mastering words is an even more important skill in a time when emails and texts have taken over a significant percentage of our interactions. So who's right? Is what you say more important than how you say it, or vice versa? Does it depend on the situation? Actually, it's the wrong question. What you say isn't necessarily important. How you say it isn't necessarily important. Even the intent behind what you say isn't necessarily important either. So stop worrying about all that stuff. It's not about you anyway. Instead, start focusing on what people hear. Rather than look at the percentages, we need to start looking at the overall effect that our communication has on the people we share it with. How language affects people. That's the true magic of words. It wasn't language itself. It wasn't the utterance of language itself. It wasn't even what somebody meant, but it's how that language affected me. Walter Mosley, Let That Weight Go, themoth.org. Your lazy brain. Your brain loves shortcuts. The world is a complex place, and your brain is being relentlessly assaulted with an incredible amount of sensory information. You've got to have a series of pre-programmed responses to help you deal with the deluge. That's why when you hear a sudden loud noise, your body jolts to attention. When you see delicious food, your mouth waters. When the room is dark, hot, or both, you get drowsy. Automatically. You don't even have to think. It just happens. Like Pavlov's dogs, we experience these conditioned responses because our brain has learned to anticipate what's coming next. Some of these lessons are programmed into our brains through thousands of repeated life experiences. Some are pre-programmed deeper into our brains through hundreds of thousands of years of our ancestors.